Hello and welcome to the Quebber channel. I'm Jason, your host, and I'm out on my Quingo scooter just having a little wander around today. I'm not going to go too far, I'm just sort of deciding to have a little explore. I'm going to go around the parks and that. All the snow has gone away, and I looked outside my window and I noticed that the sun was out. It's in the afternoon now, we're about, what's the time actually? 9 minutes past 2. And yeah, I just felt like, why not? Let's go for a little ride around. I'm just going to go around this bit here and yay. Nice little explore. I do love these parks. And these parks were set up in the 1800s, I believe, 1865. Not sure about that date. My brain says that, but not sure. So that's just me spitballing the area of thingy. And it was set up to be a place where people like the working classes could have a bit of greenery. Because even back then they realised that for the working classes to be more productive, for them to work better, to actually be happy, give them something nice and shiny, give them something to do. There's old photos of this place with literally thousands of people coming here from the surrounding area. It's a core part of the area. It wasn't always in this good condition. I mean, it has been renovated a few times, which is a good thing. Oh yeah. And so you used to be able to go on there on boats on the lake there. Looks like it's still iced over. Generally, it's always been a nice haven, a nice place to go. I love it. Me and Paola used to come here a lot. She was always taking pictures. But I'm okay. I'm recovering from the burnout. Don't know whether I can get past that. I don't think I will. No, I'm going to have to turn around. That's quite a good turning circle this, so no problem, we've got other places we can go round. I don't think I'm going to go to town. I think I'm just going to wander around the general area here. We are just having a general wander around. I'm tweaking my Steam Deck at the moment. I've got it set up downstairs in the kitchen, just about to plug it into an external monitor with a keyboard and everything, so I can easily. I want to redo some of the files and mess about with the desktop installation of SteamOS. SteamOS is amazing. There's a lot more people out here than was out last time. You can see we've had quite a few storms because the amount of dead wood on the ground. Now, I used to collect this dead wood and dry it in a storage. When I was living in the house next door, we had a big storage area in the backyard and everything. I miss that. One of the other things that was got rid of by the person who took over that place, sadly. And I'd use it in the fire pit and that. So it was a gigantic coal shed that me and my mum had bought for the place, and it was set up there so that we could just store thingy, because me and Paola used to go out. She'd be in the wheelchair, and we'd have a big bag on the back of the wheelchair while I was pushing the wheelchair, and we'd just pick up all these bits of twigs and branches and everything. What time is it? We'll go up to the top of the area. I still have no idea whether or not I'm going to go anywhere other than this. This is the nice thing about. Then, do I want to go out? Do I want to go out for a run? Do I want to go out for a run? It's interesting. Should I go this way? I think I was just going to go out here, but I feel like going a bit further. I think that's a good idea. I think we shall head around here. Ooh, doggies. I was going to go up into Hanley, but decided, no, I want to go over to do that another day. This is a really nice day, but it's mid-afternoon. It is going to get cold tonight, and I just feel like a little walk. Nice and smooth. Some of these pavements and that, you can see how powerful tree roots are and how tree roots can damage houses and foundations so easily. You'll see it along here, I believe, because Although they redid this quite a while ago. Oh, squirrels chasing each other. In fact, they might have smoothed this all out. Wouldn't be surprised. But yeah. I love the smell of fresh air. Here we are. You can see the ground in front. How uneven it is. We're going to go over a couple. Where the roots have gone underneath the pavement. La di da di da. Da 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 da. Oh, look at all the geese on the actual ice. Yay. I used to bring bread with me. Me and Paola would give it out to them. Bread and sometimes seeds and that. I know people say not to give them bread, but the thing is, what people don't realise is that these birds in these towns are acclimatised so much and adapted to human food that bread, oat cakes, pita fucking bread, all the different things that people give is actually no problem to them anymore. The same with seagulls. We have large populations of what used to be seagulls, but they're really more like earth gulls now, because they're not over the sea, they're all over here. And land gulls, doesn't sound right. Earth gulls, I don't know, just call them gulls. During the summer you see massive flocks of them around here, and I remember when I was at school about, that would have been 45 years ago, there was a swarm of seagulls that would watch and time themselves to go round all of the different schools in the area I lived for when we came out to have our lunch, when we came out to have our dinner time, because people would leave snacks on the floor, and they knew that if they followed us around once the bell went and we went back into the classes, they would swarm on the pavement and eat all the Cheetos, well, we call them Wotsits and that type of thing, and crisps and pretty much anything that was left there. That was an example, one of the early examples my brain saw of nature adapting. Because when my dad was alive, we went down to Tenby, down in Wales, and we saw seagulls in their natural environment, on the seashore, hanging around the beaches, following the tide, all these kind of things. You saw them in their natural environment, down the actual rocks and picking off all the life forms that were left as the sea went out. And to see those same birds in the middle of the country where there was no big water, where they had adapted to life and to how things go, was so interesting to me. This started because I used to spend a lot of time alone and away from people. And I used to go to old garages and that. And I always loved seeing how nature, how insects and worms and slugs and all that, how they survived around places that we saw as dead, as in old factories with no life there, all rusted and broken and falling apart. And in every square inch of it there would be life. To us, when we see an old building that's no longer used, when we see a factory that's falling apart and hasn't been open a year, we see lifelessness. It's end of its life. But then you see the squirrels and the mice and the rats, and then you see the insects and the birds and the bats and the owls living in the rafters and the pigeons. Nature claims back all of that. Now I'm going to go around here just once more around the outside. And it's beautiful. I always liked that lonely time. I didn't know at the time that I was autistic. I knew there was something wrong, not wrong, but something different in me, because other people used to seek out each other. I used to seek out places where people weren't. I've gone round Bentley before now and I've pointed out all the old haunts I used to have, where I would go, houses that were broken down, old garages, old plots of land, industrial land that wasn't being worked in, gardens that were overgrown and the person who lived there no longer lived there anywhere where people weren't, where people avoided. I spent time in all of the haunted places, all of the places that look like they should be haunted. Because that was the place I could be at peace. Away from the sound of people, away from the overload, away from people trying to force normal society on me. Because a lot of the time, that is the overload. Trying to be normal. Now, I am going to stop this vlog now, because we're almost coming up to 19 minutes. I'm going to go home and upload this. So I hope you're all okay. Bye bye for now.